Dare to dream, dare to excel, dare to be flamboyant. Pancheke Radio. Be flamboyant.
Okay, hello, welcome to this marriage issue, this edition of it. Thank you for all of your comments and all of the goodwill messages and etc. It's exciting to know that you, like we over here at Pancheke Radio, agree that this marriage issue should be talked about and people should be more real and honest about what they're going through. Mandy is back. Hello, Mandy.
Hi.
You're welcome to this marriage issue TMI. It was interesting the last time we spoke with you, talking about the proposal and the intricacies of that. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So, the response and everything, the messages people have sent and the questions, it's been really interesting.
Thank you for sharing. And now you're back and we're going deeper into your experience. And today, if you're listening, we're walking with Mandy through the wedding versus the marriage plans. So you want to highlight the difference between both of them, Mandy?
Yeah. There's a difference. There's a difference between the two of them. Because one is about the event and the other is about the life. Now, I've been told, that generally like everybody's excited about wedding and stuff like that. But for me, not that I wasn't excited. I think I was willing to just let's get that day, come and go so we can do this marriage thing. As you know, there are many things we hadn't done before the wedding. So we were looking forward to after the wedding to really see what I'm saying.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so there was that to look forward to.
Yeah, there was stuff to look forward to, and then just living with your best friend, and working on the relationship, trying to figure. Anyway, let's talk about the day after proposal. So day after proposal, got calls, friends, and everything. I just whispered to a friend, sent a picture to one friend. Apparently, she, in the middle of the night, posted on Instagram. Picture, everything. I got a call probably at midnight of somebody that I hadn't spoken to me probably in a few months, and she insisted I must give her the beginning of the relationship to this proposal. Give me the from the genesis. Give it to me today. How did it happen? Did you know? How come your nails were done? All those kinds of things. So So I'm sure I explained all of that. So anyway, so it was really, really interesting. So immediately we knew we got proposed and we were all of that. We went to find out with the church about counseling, because in our church you have to do premarital counseling before you get married, and before you are able to pick a date, you must finish the counseling. So you finish the counseling, then you pick a date. Alongside of that, there's the actual wedding preparations, and I guess I'm a bit of a tomboy. I'm also sort of how can we make this financially viable? How can we make the most of what we have? How are we going to be able to do it? How much is one family going to pay, or is different money's going to put? What's the budget? What's the plan? And everything, and in hindsight, at the end, at my wedding, one of my friends said, you should have just given me your money, all the money you had, and I would have arranged everything. Mandy, I had those kinds of friends, that kind of thing. But I don't know if they would have said it to me early, I would have agreed with them, or whether I'd have just been, let me not disturb anybody. Let me just do this on my own. So I had a little bit of those kinds of, I can be one of those kinds, I don't want to stress anybody. Let me just sort it out and all of that. So I just gathered my bride.
I have to say, while we're on this subject, I was at your wedding and it was beautiful.
Oh,
I loved it. It was romantic. It was just right. In
you know,
case we're having, second
yeah.
thoughts about it.
No. Let me explain something. And there's a video of a particular part of the wedding. Oh gosh, we've really zoomed to the wedding. Okay, let's just say this and get there. There's a particular video of the video. There's a particular instance at the wedding, and you just know when God is so loving that He would care about the most minute detail. I'm talking about probably 15 years ago. I had a friend in the States, and we agreed that, she was my best friend at the time. And she's my best friend. Well, I have many best friends, but she was very good. And we agreed, I said, listen, at my wedding, you're doing bubbles. I don't care whether it's machine, whether you're blowing it by yourself, whether you're giving everything. I want you to be in charge of bubbles, and when I got back to Nigeria, our relationship just sort of like disappeared. I've been tracking the young lady down. You never got in touch, And so anyway, I was getting married. This friend is nowhere to be found. And frankly, I just didn't remember that. I just, yeah, exactly. So my focus was Jamaican food is there. I'm half Jamaican. There's also jollof rice.
Oh, the barbecue.
There's food. There's that kind of like my main thing was food and music. If we can get out of the park and do food and music, would be really glad about this, and just get a nice vibe, everybody comfortable and stuff, and just more of like I wanted it to be like a comfortable outside.
It was.
If you know my original plans, you will just know that this girl is a fantasy girl, because my money according to my wish, very, very different. And when I spoke to the decorator person, they were like, yeah. They didn't even bother dealing with what I said. They'd be like, 7 canopy. And what I asked for, I wanted like woven like materials in the sky, really high.
Well done. Oh, chiffon billowing in the breeze.
How did you know? Were you in my mind? Like, seriously? I wanted like push shoots holding everything, everybody under this like whimsical.
Oh, with bubbles bubbling around.
You understand? Like, now it's like, unless I do the business, this thing can never happen. Do you understand? Like, unless I start this business, this dream will never happen. And maybe one of those anniversary wedding, whatever weddings, we may end up doing something like that, just on a smaller level.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had this bubble plan, this dream and things, completely forgot about it. And Chidi has this amazing sister, and she's a dear friend, but she's a sister to him. And a friend to me. So she'd ask us, so what do you want for the wedding? She does events and stuff like that. If you've ever heard of Eventecture, if you haven't, hear about them now. They do all sorts of things. And so I was just like, you know what, whatever you want to do, you just figure it out and stuff like that. Anyway, so it was the time for the couples dance and everything. And my very, very good friend, Omolara, another musician, was singing one of our favorite songs, one of my favorite songs. And she did like a slow down version. And I let her pick whichever song. I told her, whichever song, I'm not going to, again, one of my main goals was no stress. I believe strongly no stress. Nobody was going to kill me. They're not going to use wedding to finish me. Do you understand? Not be broke because of wedding. We will not die because of wedding. And I'm not going to, nobody's going to give me, no, you have to have this thing because of,
unless they're paying for it.
Yes, whatever is important for you, please pay for it. It's my, that kind of. I wasn't going to do Ashwebi. Did not want to impose Ashwebi on any of my friends. And good for people that do Ashwebi, great, but it just, and then there's the buying of the presents for the Ashwebi, for buying. No, I was not going to the market. One of my goals was not to go to Balogun, like nothing. Sister. So anyway, so we're my dear friend is.
Oh, by the way, look, we have to explain. Sorry, I have to do this, but we have to explain local terms because people listen from all over the world. Balogun Market is the market in Lagos that every bride and every bride's mother-in-law to be and everybody in the family, they just go there to buy something or the other, wedding favors, all sorts of things.
souvenir. How much is the souvenir? Are we doing umbrella? Are we
Mandy, stop.
on the umbrella? Are we mock? Do you understand? Or the I'm just,
Oh
I
gosh.
just,
That's another subject, another topic for this marriage issue eventually. Look forward to it in the future. All the sorts of things that people share as favors at weddings. Paracetamol.
my girl. Have you heard of? Oh gosh, listen. You want the 2 minutes.
Let's leave it for that episode. Let's not even go there. But there's so much to explore.
You
Okay, so you didn't want to go to Balogun.
So yes, I did not want to go to Bangor. Anyway, my friend is singing this lovely slow down version of a song we love called Lover, and I'm holding my new husband and everything. We're singing. All of a sudden, I see bubbles, and I'm like, bubbles. Bubbles. God knows what that meant. God knows. It's God that knows. And that lady just picked it, and I did not know. If you see the dancing in video, I really didn't know what kind of effects they're gonna have. So they had these like little fire things blowing up. And I was supposed to walk through that, and every time I walked towards it, the fire thing came. I walked back because I was like, I'm not going to catch that. Yeah, she should have known. I said, when this fiasco I finish, I will pass. You people will not burn me. You people will not burn me. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So with the bubbles and everything, and this song, and people captured it on the. I do not want to discuss about my video guy because up to now I'm still telling him, how old will my baby be before you give me this video?
What?
But he's actually a friend, so this is the problem. It's probably friendship is causing this problem. But anyway, let's get back to that. So we had to do premarital counseling, and we had like wedding preparations. It was interesting, and I would encourage everybody, even if you don't go to a church, find a church, find somewhere to talk about like real stuff.
Why?
And why? Because there are a lot of things you're not thinking about. Fortunately, I read a lot beforehand, and I try, and I think also with age you're more aware about things.
You're less spaced out. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're less spaced out. It's just like awesome, and it's like even with his thoughts, they're like beautiful. Belayo. I think the older you are, the more you're seeing the thoughts, you're like, yeah, is this is.
Oh yeah, welcome to the real club. Mm-hmm.
Because you're aware of the person, and you're also aware of yourself. So you're not sort of you know you're not perfect, and you know that you're not unusually imperfect. That you have imperfections like everybody else, may not be the same ones, and so that other person also has their issues, and so it's learning how to accept them and also understand differences, and also expectations, because expectations are probably the biggest issue that people deal with. Is that I expect this, you expect that, and you're like, I didn't get it. And you're like, hey, I didn't get it. And I say, are you never giving it to me? It's like, well, my daddy never gave up, my mother never gave. And it's like, dude, relax. We don't have to live based on the past, but we can also agree what we would like to do,
who we are, and how we intend to proceed.
And even that agreement that you're agreeing to, that this is what we're going to do. You can get into the marriage and be like, I changed my mind. So just also understanding. So the counseling helps you fluff out differences, unique family issues and stuff, so that you can sort of like marry with your eyes open. So it's like, I didn't know you chew chicken like that too. Oh my God! In my family, we call that cannibalism. You understand? So
really?
You wouldn't be so shocked. You're definitely gonna see things in marriage that you didn't know, or you're surprised about, or even ideas. Counseling probably won't flesh everything out, but I think counseling will also let you know that there are gonna be things that you're gonna grow in and learn, about each other, and just learning how to even share things maybe that you weren't able to share as a dating couple. You know how everybody's trying to show their best foot forward, but when they ask you that question, do you believe this, or do you want to do this, or you just write what you think. You're not thinking okay, and then you find out that the person says something opposite. You're like, so can we do this? And frankly, if you go through counseling and you decide not to get married, fantastic, because it's better than deciding not to be married after you marry somebody. So deal with it, like get into it.
That's hard though. That's oh gosh, it's going to probably. She left me, or he left me after we went for counseling.
Somebody left you after the first month of marriage. Which one do you like? Which choice? Do you know, if you had to make a choice? And so there's a couple that was in our marriage group, and I'm totally proud of them. They decided not to get married.
Wow.
And they decided not to. I just realized they're not in the marriage group. We called them, are they okay? What's going on? And stuff like that. And they said, well, we decided not to, and I was like, all right. Ooh. That's a grown-up adult decision, my dear.
Saved their lives, saved their happiness, I'm sure.
Yeah, it takes guts to know propose that this thing was torturing us, but when we think about it, the differences are, and the reality is that differences are okay, but it's important that you sort of like agree on the important things or the heart of things, certain things, like even faith, all those kinds of stuff. It's important that you agree on the things that are critical to you. Do you understand? Like,
so counseling is a big part of of marriage preparation. Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. So we did that, and then there was the marriage stuff with like, these are money, these are dream, these are money, these are dream, mama. And so what we did was we just took it bit by bit. What is the first thing we're paying for? What can we afford? My father agreed to pay a certain. My father did the traditional entirely, and he said, as far as he knows, culturally, traditionally, the father taking care of wedding is the traditional wedding. That he has paid for the 2 weddings that he did. My mom passed away, my dad got married again, so it's like I paid for, so therefore, I don't see what. My dad paid for the traditional wedding, and he also paid for the location for the wedding location, the reception area.
Wow.
We got married, and then my dad paid for the reception area. So, and it's interesting because people will share their views. Like, I would encourage you to talk to your families and talk to your families separately and hear what your family says they're doing. Whatever your family says they're doing, that's all. Do you understand? Take that and be happy with it, because I think people were trying to sort of like impose, oh, your family needs to do this, or your family shouldn't do this, or your family does this. This is what culture. My father, who is my family, who is the one that's going to be handling this matter? The matter that he will handle, or Chidi's family, whoever the head of the family, whatever they say they're going to do, that is it. Do you understand? If they say that whatever they say they're gonna do, accept it and be grateful. One thing you must in life in general, but when it comes to weddings, whatever anybody's willing to do, be thankful for it. Anything that you are not able to do,
leave it alone and be done and get married and go home and face the marriage.
Girl, if it's critical, you say, Father in heaven, you are the ultimate father of us all. Please, your daughter or your son wants to do this. We would like, can you help us?
To invite Korede Bello.
Yeah, come in, great, and it was awesome. We had people blessing us that I'd never met, people from my husband's family, people from my family, just like, and things, my friends, my bridesmaids, they know my style. They just quietly formed their group, quietly arrange their clothes. I was like, listen, all I'm asking is that what color?
Yeah, look nice.
You understand that? I asked them to pick a color. I think I didn't really even care what they were. I think the only thing I asked was that maybe it wasn't short. I can't remember something. I can't remember. So yeah, the preparation plan, and we did little by little. We call, Mandy, we need to something. I said, don't worry, we will have the Lord. Listen, we are getting married on this date. The date is not moving. Do you understand? Everything is going to join to that date, my beloved. As we see it now, do you understand? We may have only 10K in the account, but don't worry, we will have jollof rice on that day. Last, we will have
tasty jollof rice. It was delicious.
And it was awesome. Yes, I probably paid the Jamaican person 2 or 3 times. I don't even know. Wow. I think by the wedding day, I think everything was paid for. MC was a friend, gave him a token probably a few weeks after the wedding. But yeah, everything, it just got done. My husband's company donated a whole bunch of drinks. Friends gave me stuff, and I can't even remember. Oh yeah, we didn't even a honeymoon. Again, the desire versus, you understand?
The reality.
Oh, richos, cheers. That kind of like, we have faith. That kind of thing. Sometimes my husband will ask me those kinds of questions, and I'd be like, no wahala, babe. Just it was amazing. One person arranged a lovely trip to lovely, what was it? I remember. It was awesome.
TMI will be right back. Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? Pancheke Radio. Be flamboyant.
Wedding day, after the wedding, a friend arranged 2 nights at Oriental Hotel. I think, yes, Oriental Hotel. Then another friend arranged 2 nights at somewhere in Ekwe, that lovely place in Ekwe. I've forgotten what it's called. Really, really nice, and it was really, really nice. Then after the Ekwe thing, we went to go and just with another couple, because Ekwe is like where I went late. So we just stayed with another couple for after the honeymoon. We were just seeing our wedding. We were chatting with them, and it was like, it's late though. Okay, you know what? Those ones arranged, I think, 2 nights at Federal Palace, and so we're
wow.
That Federal Palace bed, I'm telling you, that bed is dangerous. Because if you lie on that bed, you can do nothing else but pass out. That bed was awesome. It was like,
wow. I should go talk to them for
kidding. I am Federal Palace bed. Anybody looking for a rest? If you are tired right now, I tell you, head to VI, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. Even if you are abroad and you need to sleep, go to it. It was. Tell them Mandy said, you know who I am. Just okay, I'll go. I am Mandy. I'm the one that's been sending people. It was awesome. It was so lovely, and it was just lovely.
We've heard about the wedding plans and the marriage plans. In hindsight, what lessons have you learned? We have just a few more minutes left on the clock for this. Marriage plans, wedding plans, in hindsight, what would you have done differently, and what would you have repeated as the thing to do?
I would have probably given my friend my money and told her what I wanted, just because I think some of the canopy stuff wasn't as nice as it would have been or something, and I know that she would have been on top of all of those kinds of things. Mm-hmm. I probably got a few calls and stuff. I think, one day the photographer guy, who was also a gift from somebody, on the day of, while I was entering my father's car, and we were late for the wedding, by the way. And we've been told that we were actually at a wedding where they almost married
I was late for my wedding. Sheesh, I was very late for my wedding.
A wedding where the guy has given his own vow before the bride came. Like, they were not even joking. So, and we went to that wedding the week before, so we knew it could happen. Do you understand? So it's like, so after all this stress, so I was entering my dad's car, and the photographer guy said to me, "Which car will I go in?" My head just bent. Now, I'm not like an aggressive person. I don't really get upset easily. I don't really shout at people and stuff like that. But I said, are you okay? Are you okay? It's me you're asking. It's not.
Like in this dress, I'm getting in my father's car to go get married, and you're asking me, the bride. Well done.
Let me think about it. Let me think about my friend. My friend, if you don't disappear from here, so yes, I just lost it, just trying to gather everything. So I think deferring more stuff. I deferred a lot too. I chose not to do a lot of things, but I think I could have asked for more help, like that my friend said or whatever, and things like that. But I think all in all, it went well. Maybe a few more nights at a few more hotels would have been good. Girl, that place everywhere was wonderful. Everybody knows the Ekwe place. As soon as you get to Ekwe, you turn left. It's on your left somewhere there. That place, I can't remember the name, but it's very nice.
Good thing you can't remember. Another shameless plug-in, and I'd be out of business.
You get so. Everything was lovely. Okay, the one thing I would have done was to sort of find time to pause in the reception and just
take it
other
in.
Other than that dance, I was sort of like just going to get stuff done, like okay, we have to do this, okay, they say we need to talk, we need to pray, we need to, I was just sort of like getting up and going and stuff like that. But I think one of the things we actually wrote but we never got to do was to actually just go from table to table and just say thank you, or just say hello, or just like actually mingle. So one of the things is I would have done more lights. I would have let it get into the evening. It wasn't that long into the night, more lights, because it was outside at a park and it was getting dark and stuff, and it was ending anyway. More food, more time. You understand?
More food.
Yeah. Oh shoot!
Said every bride who ever got married ever, because there's never enough food, is there?
Then I also told the caterers that, excuse me, please. I don't know how people do it. I don't know if it's us that made the mistake, but I think I'd always tell them that please pack something for the bride and groom to take with them on their honeymoon, because you can be in such a on the go that you don't actually eat or eat that, like eat properly, just, and it'd just be nice to have something either while you're in the car, depending on where you're going to. Yeah. So ours was Oriental. Wasn't so far. We're driving away. My dear, after the wedding reception, one of the uncles said we have to go back to the father's place, and they have to do the sending off, the praying of. And my father is very non-traditional, but this uncle has a very family friend kind of uncle. He's very.
Sorry, they didn't do all of that during the traditional wedding.
I don't know what they did at the traditional wedding. It was in Yoruba, and I really don't understand. But no, they didn't really do that, because at the traditional wedding we didn't really go together anywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I went back to my house, so that kind of thing. So it was just one of those family formalities. Everybody came and it's like, okay, we're doing the prayer. Okay, we prayed the prayer. Okay, it's like me. It's just like, when can I go to my honeymoon? So after the traditional thing, I don't even know, maybe we went somewhere else where I packed all my things and stuff, or maybe so one of the things I do, I definitely be a bit more organized with my packing and stuff, but from there...
the packing. Oh gosh, the packing. Ugh. Anyway, go on.
So just, like, you want to be done, you know what I mean? But it's like, I still have to pack. So I, again, probably wasn't as organized because it was just me. Again, my mom's, one of the things, my mom's not alive, so it's one of those things where you wonder how it would have been if she's there. Certain things would have been more, whatever, even my dad's decisions, we would have modified them some more, different things like that. But so that's, So anyway, from the honey, so from the wedding, we now went to the hotel. So it was interesting, because okay, we've never really.
You've been waiting for this part, and now you're here. Oh gosh.
First time, and so I hear that maybe on the wedding night, a lot of times maybe even both the bride and groom are tired and everything. I know that maybe a lot of times the brides are tired, or even sometimes they tell the grooms, go easy, you didn't understand, the bride is tired. I don't really know what they told him, or if they didn't tell him anything. All I know is that I said, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom, I'm going to go take a bath and just, get myself together. And when I came out of the
bathroom,
and dressed up and everything, he was watching TV. So I was laughing to myself that I don't mind, I'm sure he's even scared, that kind of thing, or maybe he's a bit uncomfortable or whatever. That let me even go to sleep. So I think I was sleeping or whatever, and he came, to me, and everything started. Well, one of the things I'll say is that the fact that we did not have sex beforehand doesn't mean that neither of us had never been sexually active. We had,
right.
And and I don't really know all the details with why not to and stuff, only that one, we wanted to do it in a way that we felt would please God as best as we were able to, and we also didn't want to repeat bad habits, or get into this relationship and get out and say, oh, another person I slept with, and all of that kind of story. And I didn't want to, he didn't want to, and so this was going to be our first time, and I didn't really know what that was going to be like. Right. And it was the best night I'd ever had in my life.
Did you worry about that before, the day arrived?
I just didn't know what else. I worry. I did not worry about it. I figured that if this was something God wanted, that He could make it work. And I've always felt that way when I sort of got my head in the God space, was that the concept of compatibility was a God thing. Do you understand? And people met over generations and generations before without doing the things that people are doing now, and they had better, longer lasting marriages than a lot of people do now. Do you understand? And because if this was the way that God created it, the plan of how this thing was supposed to happen, then He would work out how it was to be sorted out. Sorry, you were going to say as well.
Yeah, because a lot of people, religious people, I should say faithfully religious people, right, would pose that as a question. So how are you going to know that you're sexually compatible? And how do you, you're both coming into this, say for instance, never had any practice, and you're both coming into this first time, both of you. So what would you say to that?
I listen, so some of the things that were said before we got married, I know my husband was told to get me pregnant first because I'm sort of old. How come I don't have a child? I imagine that if I had a child, would they now want me to marry him? that kind of thing. So those kinds of things that had been said to him, that she's not a spring chicken. I got married, I think at 36. I think 36. I'm trying to calculate that. Not
give or take.
Right. Do you understand? So I was in the spring years of chickens.
But you're both about the same age, aren't you?
Exactly. Yeah, he's a couple years older than me.
There you go. He wasn't spring chicken at all anyway.
Yeah,
so
you get the old layers. So anyway, this is that, so there's this, she's not, how come, do you understand? Are you sure she's not there? Should you not get somebody younger? There were all these different thoughts from different places. And again, it makes me think, or it should make us ask, do we really believe God? Do we believe the stories He's told us? Because He told us crazy stories so that we would have faith, so we would believe that we can do. And our stories are not even that crazy. I'm at
Mandy,
36.
Mandy, because we are real people, right?
Yes.
It's wonderful to be faithful and a Christian, or faithful Muslim, or whatever religion you're professing, and to say, I'm going to believe that God, because this is godly, it's going to be wonderful. But there's reality also.
So let me break it down. I've dated somebody who's told me that, I have indeed. Okay. And I dated him knowing that. Do you understand? And I'll explain why I could. And I know that sounds a bit crazy. This is not my husband, by the way. Right. There are no issues here. Sorry. So one of the things is that I can't do life without this believing, because there are too many things that need God. There are just too many things, and I've seen him deliver, and I've seen him help. Now, the issue is, what do you do if the guy has this issue? The same question I'll ask you is that if you have a one leg, do you understand? What do you do with somebody that you have? Okay, when you're with somebody that has one leg, what do you do? Do you run? Say, let's go running, or do you work with that person as they are? What is love, by the way? Well, what is this thing that you think you're even doing? Do you understand? What is it that you're even agreeing in? Because the reality is that nothing is guaranteed. Okay, so what if you slept with him and he was fire in the bed and it was wonderful? Do you understand? And and it was amazing. And then after you got married, it was not, due to some physiological issue that is not even him, is even you. Should he leave you? Is that your own dream? What's your own expectation? What is your own hope? Because frankly, nothing is guaranteed. So yeah, you're right. What if my husband had issues? Then I love him and work with the issue as best as he can.
Good point.
Is the issue pregnancy, or is the issue orgasm? What is the issue? Because all of those things can still come. And even if it's not pregnancy, are there no children to adopt? Are there no children in orphanages? Do you know how many children are looking for parents? You are looking for a child. Really? They're not, no. And not to be funny, but I'm just saying, at the worst level. Do you understand? What are you gonna do if it's you? Forget about it if it's them, but what if it's you that has the problem? What is your hope and what's your dream? You understand? You have a problem that cannot be helped. This is that God is saying that, my daughter, this is how you will deal with it. You will just go like this, manage. If that is it, what are you gonna? What is your hope for yourself?
You know, that brings it home. That brings it home.
Whoever married, is that your own?
What if the shoe was on the other foot?
What is your own hope, and what do you care? What do you love? And so my mind is that I'm with Chidi. Anyhow it comes. We are going to. Do you understand? We're going to make. Have you seen the guy that has stumps? Something has one unique name. There's V and D inside the V. I can't remember. Somebody in Australia. I can't remember what his name is. That guy and his hot wife and their child look.
I know that couple. They're very happy. I've seen it online. Yeah.
Mind you, there's some very fine girls with very fine guys. Do you understand?
And they're not as happy.
Yeah, many children or none. Do you understand? Who cares? Do you understand? Is what are you going to just like really think about things? And is life really all about sex? Please.
For some people it is. Let's just be real. For some people it is, But as you said, what's the priority of your marriage? What is it, and how can you?
And the question is, when sex loses what it is doing for you, do you understand? Because maybe it does. And even the guys that are like, I'm doing, they get to a point where they cannot do. What's the plan? What's their own plan? Because let me teach you, Mr. Old Man with issues in the. Do you understand? What's your Viagra? Well done. Do you understand? When you have passed the one Viagra can do, or Viagra is willing to do, but you're not able. I don't know if you're that.
Don't kill me, Mandy.
So let's just. If you want to be real, let's be really real. I just drinking my
I can't believe that. Viagra is willing to do. You're not willing.
I'm not willing. My brother, you don't have strength. Brother, move that way. No, I'm tired. Brother, do something. Listen, let's just be real and think about what it is. And I know we're going to talk about what is love and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh yes.
Some other,
well, for here, this is where we get off this bus. Thank you so much, Mandy. It's been very eye-opening. I will say that I am happy for you, thrilled for you that, all of that waiting culminated into a beautiful experience. Congratulations once again, many years later.
Sorry, I just want to say something. The fact that the wedding night was awesome for me, and it was awesome because I was a surprise. I was not expecting to have such a great time, because I hadn't before in that way.
Mm-hmm.
You would think maybe a new experience, you were going to like gradually ease into it, and it was like, okay, oh my god. So a lot of times, I had a good night. I had a really good night, and I was going to say that even when it's not something that cannot be worked on. This is part of marriage and growth. Marriage is not the day you marry where we get it, we know each other, we're this, we're that. It's a growth thing. It's like you're learning, and sex and intimacy, those are learning things, So if you've been doing it before, you have to learn because you're with somebody.
Someone new, yeah.
You're with somebody new and you have old baggage. You have to unlearn, And then if this has never happened before for either of you, that's awesome because this is something you get to experience only with each other, and you get to learn and enjoy and grow in enjoyment and all of that. So I think this way is the best. Is a good way. It's a very, very good way.
I hear you, Mandy. Thank you. I have to really let you go now. Thank you very much for being a part of this marriage issue.
This is awesome.
And to you, thank you very much. Keep the comments coming in. You can send mail to contact@panchekeradio.com, or you can leave me a message personally at Olufisayomi on Instagram, or at Pancheke Radio on Instagram as well. Keep the comments coming in, and if you would like to be a part of this marriage issue, you have your real stories to share. PG, by the way, we try to keep it on an even keel for everybody. But send a message in and indicate your interest, and I will reach out to you. I'm Olufisayomi. Thank you for being a part of this marriage issue.
Baby, to touch is allowed. To tapu current is allowed. If you dey feel my body, comfort and grab the body. Pia, come near. Pia, leave Annabella. Pia, never come near. Food is ready, oh Pia, come near. Pia, leave Angelina. Pia, never come near. Food is ready, oh hey. Make we do, I'm like them do for Costa Rica. Yeah. Drum me close and they rock me like Papa Wemba. Yeah. Instrument so sweet, it's sweet like say na marimba. Hey, Puerto Rico, now there we miss for dance floor. Hey, says me dance like an African. Of course, I'm an African. The way we give them the robo, make them to spend the mumbo. La 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 lollipop. Put small liquor in a makeup. Wanna take you down to the top. Soon you gotta turn me on the stop. Baby, to touch is allowed. To tapu current is allowed. If you dey feel my body, comfort and grab the body. Pia, come near. Pia, leave Annabella. Pia, never come near. Food is ready, oh Pia, come near. Pia, leave Angelina. Pia, never come near. Food is ready, oh yeah. Arriba, arriba. Hey, andale. Yeah. Food is ready, oh yeah.
Big Smosa.
Why be ordinary when you can be flamboyant? Pancheke Radio. Be flamboyant.